I'm running out of time. I would have loved to go on to some more verses of the Quran, but I have to go to the ahadith before we can end. I don't want the Imam to stop me before I give you some ahadith. The Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, the Dajjal will ride on a donkey. The donkey would travel as fast as the clouds. The donkey will have his ears stretched out wide. We have interpreted the hadith to say that that donkey is already here. That flying donkey is already here. It's the modern aircraft. And the overwhelming number of Muslims out there who listen accept that this is correct. But you insist, because this was not expressed by the Aslaf, you insist as Salafi with this defective methodology that you have to wait for the flying donkey. Brother, you're waiting in vain. And I'm using the first person now. I'm speaking to you with love wherever you are in the world. Your methodology is defective. The Sufi methodology recognizes insight, recognizes the capacity to see with nur and therefore to provide a new explanation. That's the Sufi methodology. And I got that from my teacher, who was a Sufi sheikh. I'm going to come back to that in a moment, inshallah. The Prophet said one more hadith, just one more. There's so many more, but only one more. I know you would enjoy if I were to take so many verses of the Quran and so many ahadith, but look at the time. The Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, that the river Euphrates will uncover a mountain of gold. A mountain rises high up in the sky. Mountain is not a hill. A mountain rises high up in the sky. And so a mountain of gold is going to be a large amount of gold rising high up in the sky and coming out of the river. We have interpreted this using insight. And whenever we offer an interpretation, we say Allah knows best. Allah knows best. So our interpretation should not be a cause for fighting and disunity. No. You can differ with me, and yet we are still brothers. I say that he said that the believers must not touch that gold. So that wakes me up to the fact, this is symbolism. The believers must not touch that gold. A mountain of gold coming out of the river Euphrates. And he said that people are going to fight over that gold, and 99 out of every 100 would be killed. I say that mountain of gold has already come. And the word mountain here is not literal. The word mountain here symbolizes a large quantity. And it is not the metal of gold, but oil. Oil. And that oil has already come. The last 100 years have been the years of that oil, from that oil basin by the river Euphrates. But why would he describe oil as gold? You need insight here. The answer is that that oil has functioned as gold for the last 40 years, since September 1971, while the ulama of Islam have been eating roti canai and drinking teh tarik. If you have tears to weep, weep. Because he's telling us that that oil is going to be used to function as gold. And that is what happened these last 40 years. The US dollar could never have survived, could never have done all the wickedness that it did these last 40 years if the US dollar had not become a petrodollar. What is a petrodollar? A petrodollar is oil functioning as gold. Gold is money. Gold is money with intrinsic value. Oil has intrinsic value. So in 1971, this is going to take me 15 minutes to explain, so let me not do it. The US dollar became a petrodollar. Maybe some other time I'll explain to you what happened with King Faisal, with the oil boycott in 1973-74, the oil boycott, and I love King Faisal rahimahullah, the only Saudi king for whom I say rahimahullah, but they were able to fool him. Yes, they fooled him, and he agreed, and then OPEC agreed that they will sell oil for only US dollars. You cannot buy oil unless you pay for it with US dollars. And that's when the US dollar became a petrodollar. And the US dollar has survived all of these years doing monstrous wickedness in the world. That's why he said, don't touch that oil, don't touch that gold. Because the US dollar became a rope around our neck while we were eating roti canai and drinking teh tarik. What will Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam do with both the Sufi and the Salafi who've been equally blind? I have given you two examples of two ahadith interpreted for the first time in this way. But more and more people are recognizing this is the correct interpretation.